exercises and stuff. These guys just stand there all day long, all night, stand,
Yeah.
sing, dance. People go by and beep, and they yell at them, I'm gonna run them down. I get it from my family. People come past and I go real fast, I'm gonna run them down. What's that gonna do? Then you kill them, you go to jail, then they go to the hospital, and you still gotta pay for them.
And then you get out of jail or get out of hospital, and they're still out there.
They're still out there on their crutches. See, look, they already knocked over my tree once. They throwing bottles out there already. They don't care.
It's not a place for teenagers to be if they're weak.
As a red zone, a spot where, drug dealing is going on, drinking is going on, fighting, things of that nature.
When we go out there, it's just to have a good time, just to chill with your boys and whatever and talk. It's no pressure out there, I don't think.
As I said, not necessarily to drink and to, raise hell.
Have water gun fights or balloon fights or whatever. Just have a good time without drinking and drugging.
Just to be around and to have something to do, so to speak.
Well, from hanging out on the crossroads, it took me to prison, and it just messed my life up.
This place is called the Crossroads. It's right in the center of the reservation, and it is an actual crossroads. And the ironic thing is that the people who hang out there seem to be at the crossroads in their life.
My name is Wayon Smith.
Xavier Eliza.
I am 16 years old.
23.
I am in the 11th grade.
4 years. Armed robbery.
It's a place where you've come to a crossroads in your life and you have to make a decision of which way to go.
Do I think that I'm still on the crossroads, or I'm still in a crossroads? I do. Why? I do. Because life's challenging, and it's very frightening, and so it makes me strive and struggle every day to try and raise my kids the best that I can. And that's hard. When you work, you gotta go to work, you gotta come home, I gotta clean, gotta cook. I wanna make sure that they eat right, so that they're healthy. I wanna make sure their homework's done. I wanna make sure I know who their friends are, where they're going, if they can go.
As a mother and a child that's a man-child that's also going to be a prime candidate for risk in our whole world, I feel like I have to look at that, and I can't be afraid of it, and I can't be afraid to talk about those issues, And I think in our community, a lot of times, those issues are issues that no one really, really wants to talk about because it's scary, because then we have to look at some real problems that exist.
There is a certain amount of anything that would be available to kids out here if they wanted to get hold of whatever they wanted, And that, to me, I feel there is a real sense of danger, and I feel that for the kids out here, because I went through a lot of the same thing when I was their age. I had alcohol in the household, when I was growing up. It didn't take a hold of me as the way it does some people, but it was a steady thing. It became to the point where it was up to me. No one else was going to help me get myself out of it. And if I didn't, I was going to be very sick.
It was really fun in the beginning, but then it never ended. And that was scary for me. It was scary because it was like, then I would see people get beat up, and I would see people get drunk, and best friends fight each other and hurt each other really bad. And I would see sisters fighting. And then my friends were getting pregnant, my girlfriends that were like 14 years old. And they weren't ready to be moms, yet. They were still little kids like me. And we were just experiencing what we thought was fun. But what we thought was fun became dead ends, and really a lot of sadness for my friends. And I remember I told my mom, I said, Mom, I want to go. I want to get out of here. I want to leave. And she didn't want to leave, but I remember that feeling of feeling totally hopeless, that I was going to end up like all my friends, stuck. And I didn't want that.
So how'd you get out of there?
I ran away. I ran away for good.
Some kids are afraid to go through the crossroads, especially when it's really crowded and everybody's hanging out. You know, I know some kids that will go around and cut through a field.
A place where people with extremely low self-esteem hang out. People who have few options because they have little education. And because they think very little of themselves, that's the most they think they can do. That's the best they think they become.
Ask them how do they feel about standing on the crossroads throwing their beer bottles and their crack vials and they're selling their drugs and doing all that stuff. Ask them how they feel and how they're going to feel 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now.
Well,
Are they gonna want to be like one adult that we know that stands on the corner who's almost 60 years old?
The guys who hang out there says, you know, why do you put us down like that? You know, we're young, you know, we want things to do. It's just somewhere that we go. You know, if you don't want us out there, give us a place to go.
I mainly stay in the house till like 2:30, 3 o'clock, and then I either go to Tony's house or to Justin's house and just hang out there.
Or we have a campsite we go to. We hang out there a lot. That's where ages from 13 to about 17, that's where we go. That's where we just chill, I guess.
Gene Cuffey asked me to come down to the community center Saturday night, and I came down there, and that's when I was brought into the Warrior Society.
This society is for young men fighting against alcohol, fighting against drugs, fighting against abuse of your body. You know, they reach out to those who are in trouble, to those who are stuck on the crossroads. They reach out and they give them a direction to go.
The singing and dancing is great. I wish that it was something I'd grown up with because it would have instilled in me a lot more self-confidence, a lot more self-esteem.
I saw those young men the other night, and I saw how they shook everyone's hands. They set up the center. They cleaned it up after everyone was finished. They sang. They were respectful. They were quiet for a long time. That took discipline. And it was positive, and they were into it. And I think they felt really good about themselves. It made me feel really, really proud of them. What are we gonna do with the kids on the crossroads? We're gonna love them.
Dear